Hi everybody, hope you are doing well. My name is Sajid. I know it's been a hot minute since you've seen me, but I'm kind of MIA from the internet right now because I have a lot of stuff on my plate that I need to be working on, and right now I'm taking a break from that so that I could come back to y'all and make a video. I will be reacting to the Reading Rush Challenges announcement video, and I will be making my TBR on the spot. So I have no idea what the challenges are right now. I don't know what books I'll be reading. There are two books that I think I might most likely read because they are acts that I have to get to. That's Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbon and Love After Love by Ingrid Prasad. But other than those two books, I don't really know what else I'll be reading for the Reading Rush. I do have like a slight idea of what I might want to read, but we'll see how well those books fit into the challenges as I react to them. So let's do that.
Hello everybody!
Hi!
We're back with the most exciting news of all time. The first one is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone.
I was born in January, so I think my birthstone is Garnet. Is that what it's called? Hold on, let me Google it. January. Sorry if you're not seeing my face, y'all. I have to reach forward for my laptop. This is probably very awkward. Yeah, Garnet. Oh, that's red? Okay, so it's a deep, deep red. Shit. Okay, do I have a book that's a deep, deep red? Okay, there's Odd One Out by Nick Stone. That's an option. This is not a deep red. Okay. This might be the only book. Okay, so this is the only book that goes with that right now. So I guess I'll be reading Odd One Out by Nick Stone for that challenge. Let's keep going.
And Google will tell you what your here's a handy graphic of all the birthstones.
Oh, that would have been helpful.
I am Sapphire. The second challenge, this one will either be very easy or very hard depending on what kind of books you have.
Yeah.
And that is read a book that starts with the word the.
Okay. The Star Side of Bird Hill. Rude. The Color Purple. The God of Small Things. I have a lot of those. I might go with one of these. What do I want to read the most? I have to read this for Bashment Book Club, so I might as well pick this, I guess. We could see. The God of Small Things and The Color Purple are both like really like heavy modern classics. I don't know if I'll be able to read these in the span of Booktubeathon or the Reading Rush. So I might be able to read The Star Side of Bird Hill. I'll go with that one for now. This is a lot easier than I thought it would be.
It's simple but powerful.
Yeah.
Period.
The third challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. So this is a little bit of a play on our usual thing, because we always do read and watch a book.
I don't think I have any books that could fit this. This is. Who do I file a complaint to? I don't have any books that were made into a movie that I've seen but I haven't read the book. So that means I have to think of something. I mean, I've seen 50 Shades of Grey, but I don't want to subject myself to that. This is hard. Booktubeathon this year is hard. I mean, the Reading Rush.
Alright, what is the next one? Have fun explaining this one.
Okay, yeah, this one is probably like my favorite because it's so insane.
Yeah.
And that is, people love the physical
It's a
ones.
wacky
They either
one.
love it or they hate the
Yeah.
physical ones. And this one is read the first book that you touch.
And see, up to interpretation.
But you can do this any way you want. You can use your whole bookshelf and just blindly pick. You can, I don't know, get someone else to guide your hand. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many ways that you could do this.
There's a lot of different ways, and this is
Okay, so I'll be reading A Burning by MEGHA Majumdar. Is it Majumdar? Majumdar, my bad. So, there you go.
I'm really excited to
Yeah.
watch you guys do in your TBR videos. I think this will be really, really funny.
Yeah.
What I did was like, the next one is also kind of a physical one, and it is to read a book completely outside of your house. So,
I would probably have to read something short, like Convenience Store Woman, because I don't want to spend too much time outside because ew. Or maybe I should read something that goes with the theme of outdoors. I don't think I have anything that goes with the theme of outdoors. Let's go with this one for now because it's really short. This book is like less than 200 pages. So let's go with this one for now.
even if you read one page of that book in your house, you ruined it. That doesn't count.
It's
anymore.
tainted.
It's tainted. So read a book.
Just like my
I'm
soul.
gonna.
The next one is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. So you're
I have the perfect one for this. So I want to read more sci-fi, and on my Kindle I have BINTI by NNEDI OKORAFOR, which is perfect. BINTI. I just realized I haven't picked the 2 books that I said I was going to pick as yet. Shit. I hope they fit the next 2 challenges. Oh no.
The final challenge is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than where you live.
Love, I'm from Trinidad. I'm not from a continent. Caribbean islands are not on continents. I mean, I think technically we're considered part of North America, like for technical purposes, even though Trinidad is literally off the coast of South America, which is really stupid. Yeah, I mean, I guess any any book that's not set on an island would, I guess, count for this challenge for me. Like, I could read a book set on any one of the continents and it would count. So, okay, so it is approximately 5 minutes later. I realized that I've been sweating like a pig in this entire video, and you had the displeasure of seeing that all here. So yeah, I had to go change my shit, and now I'm going to show you my final TBR. So yeah. The first challenge is to read a book with the color of your birthstone on the cover, and for this one I'm going with Odd One Out by Nick Stone because I think it fits really well. Nick Stone, birthstone, you know, it's a ruby red and garnet, and this is a story about 3 teens who I believe are all in love with each other or something like that. They all have crushes on each other. They're queer, I think, or at least 2 of them are queer, so they all kind of like each other. That's pretty much everything I know about this entire story. The next challenge is to read a book that starts with the word "the" in the title, and for this one I'm going to go with The Star Side of Bird Hill by NAOMI Jackson, which is a story about 2 Bajan American sisters. They're from Brooklyn, and they end up getting shipped off to Barbados in the summer of 1989 to spend some time with their grandmother, and it's about the shenanigans that they encounter while they are there. The next challenge is to read a book where you've seen the movie that was inspired by the book, or I think you read a book that was inspired by a movie that you've seen. I can't remember what the exact wording was, but I'm just going to do my own thing for this challenge, and I'll be reading Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. This canonically follows the Mulan from the Disney movie, so this was published by Disney, and it follows her as she goes into the underworld in search of Shang, who I believe was killed or taken to the underworld or something like that, and she ends up encountering, obviously, like, obstacles while she's there, and if she doesn't get him in time, she might end up having to spend eternity in hell or the underworld. I love Mulan. I grew up with the movies. I'm so excited to read this book. I have a Mulan right here, y'all. You could tell that I love Mulan. I also have another figurine of her on the other side of my room. So I'm very excited to read this book. And I'm glad that it pretty much kind of fits the child. Mulan, stand up, please. Be a strong, independent woman and stand the hell up. Okay. The next challenge is to read a book that was the first book that you touched, and y'all saw firsthand that the first book that I touched was A Burning by MEGHA MAJUMDAR, which is a story about this girl from India who is accused of committing a terrorist attack. So we're following her perspective. We're also following the perspective of a right-wing Hindu politician who is very much benefiting off of this girl's public defamation. And then we're following a woman who knows what really happened but is afraid to come out because it could compromise her own life and safety. So it's a story about the 3 of them and how they're navigating this situation, and it sounds like it's going to be a really good time. For this one, I'm going to go with Meet You Club by Jack HARBON because I need to read this one, and I have an e-copy of this one that the author sent to me, an e-arc, and I could pretty much read it anywhere. I could read it on my phone, I could read it on my Kindle, so if I go out, you know, it's something that I could access, so I feel like it's the most practical book for this challenge. The next challenge is to read a book in a genre that you want to read more of, and as I said, I really want to read more sci-fi, so BINTI is the perfect book for this challenge, especially because it's 96 pages long, and that's great. All I know about BINTI is that it follows a woman named BINTI who I believe is from Nigeria. I'm not exactly sure where she's from, but she's somewhere from West Africa. And she ends up having to go to school in space. So yeah, it's sci-fi. I really want to read more sci-fi. I really want to read more Afrofuturistic sci-fi, so I'm looking forward to getting into this one. And then the final challenge is to read a book set on a continent that you're not from. And for this one, I'm going to completely forego Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I was initially going to pick this book because it's short and perfect for the reading rush, but I'm actually going to pick something else. And that something else is From Here to Eternity, Traveling the World to Find the Good Death by Caitlin Doughty. So this is a non-fiction book by one of my favorite booktubers, Caitlin Doughty, who runs the channel Ask a Mortician. Go watch her channel and bless up yourself because it's an amazing channel. I love the way that she talks about death. I love the way that she talks about all of the things that she talks about that has to do with death and the funeral industry and all of these different things. And this is her second published work of nonfiction. I haven't read her first book as yet, and I'm really excited to read it. It's about her traveling the world and learning about different death practices from different cultures across the globe, which sounds so fascinating. And I feel like it fits because she's going to like different continents, right? That none of which I'm from, right? So I feel like it's like a perfect book for this challenge for me, who's especially not from any of the continents. But yes, I'm going to read From Here to Eternity by my fave, Caitlin Doty. And there you have it, y'all. Those are the 7 books that I will be attempting to read for the reading rush. In the comments down below, I'd love to know if you read any of these books, if you have any thoughts on them yourself. And also, are you taking part in the reading rush? Will you be reading any of these books? Will you be reading something else? Let me know in the comments down below and let's have a chat about it. So yeah, as I said, my content on this channel is usually a lot better than this. Please don't judge my channel based on this one video. But thank you all ever so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. And until next time, inshallah, keep reading.